Egypt's last pharaoh. Did you know there was a famous queen who inspired Shakespeare to write a play? This infamous queen was born long ago in the year 69 BC. She was a beautiful, talented, intelligent, and politically savvy woman. Cleopatra's father was King Ptolemy XII. Not much is known about her mother, but many believe that her father that her many believe not much is known about her mother, but many believe that she may have been her father's half sister. It is common for siblings to marry each other and have children in the ancient times. There is also much debate regarding her uh, lineage. lineage. Many believe she was a Greek descendant, while others speculate her lineage was Black African. Cleopatra was born in the year 69 BC. She had an older sister named Bernice and two younger brothers, Ptolemy the 13th and Ptolemy the 14th. In order to appreciate her life, it is more important to recognize her ancestors. Ptolemy was a general and close advisor to Alexander the Great. Alexander was a mighty warrior who created one of the largest empires in the ancient world and took over the throne of um, in 338 BC. When Alexandria died in 323 BC, his sprawling empire was divided into three parts, and Ptolemy was given part of the empire known as Egypt. Although Ptolemy was Greek, he immediately declared himself pharaoh, the title given to the Egyptian kings. He made sure that the Greek culture was continued and named the capital Alexandria after Alexander the Great. As a child, Cleopatra played with dolls made of clay, wooden miniature cups, doll furniture, balls, dice, and board games. Her father's Alouettes means Alouettes, meaning flute player, often played the flute with her. Since Egyptian law allowed women to rule, Cleopatra and her sisters were given the best education possible. Children that were expected to memorize fables, stories, lists of gods, and heroes. As they got older, they would read complicated books like the Iliad and the Odyssey. They were also taught the art of public speaking. Cleopatra excelled in all of her subjects. She loved to wear makeup and jewelry at a young age. She wanted people to consider her a god who made her look. She also made herself look like a god of fertility, Isis. She was only 18 when she became queen. Her father spoke Greek and Egyptian. Cleopatra was married twice and in love once. Her first marriage was with her 6-year-old brother to regain her throne. The marriage lasted a couple of years, and then she killed him. The two did not have any children. Back then, siblings were allowed to marry each other. Cleopatra also met Julius Caesar, and when Cleopatra met Julius Caesar when he came to Egypt in pursuit of his enemy. The two met when her father invited him over. Then they immediately connected. Cleopatra had her servant carry her in a basket and surprise him. Their relationship may have been for love. However, there was definitely a political agenda. They were both leaders of influential and powerful nations. They had people under them, armies that could fight battles, and when both Rome and Egypt needed to win them both. Rome and Egypt needed great leaders. Together they had one child, Caesarion. After Caesar's assassination, Cleopatra married Mark Antony. Both were connected to Caesar. His former wife, and he was his royal ally. Antony wed Cleopatra in 36 BC and appointed her new wife ruler of Egypt, Cyprus, Crete, and Syria. Together they had 3 children, 2 girls and 1 boy. The power outraged the Roman Senate, and they denounced Antony and labeled him a traitor after losing a major battle at sea. Antony and Cleopatra were forced to flee to Egypt in 31 BC. In desperation, Cleopatra spread rumors of her own suicide. Antony, unaware of her plan, stabbed himself to death. When Cleopatra heard of this, she took her own life by inducing a poisonous snake to bite her. According to her wishes, Cleopatra was buried with Mark Antony, leaving Octavian to celebrate his conquest of Egypt and all of his power in Rome. Cleopatra was one of the most famous rulers in history. This powerful woman was the last pharaoh of Egypt and was certainly a force to be reckoned with. Cleopatra used her charm and savvy power to secure the power of Egypt.